Hello again, and today I'm back with these three dipping powders from EC Cosmetics, and we have shade number 7, which is white, and then we have number 13, which is a pinky red, and then lastly number 90, which is this gorgeous silver. Looks holographic, but we'll soon find out. Now I will be doing these on my Cindy hand, and I'll go more into depth into each colour at a later date, but for now I wanted to create a look using all three powders and also using the EC Cosmetics Activator base coat and top coat. So I'm going to get my bits ready. I've got my fluffy dust brush here, but I'll get everything else and then I'll be back. Okay, I've got a little pot, an orange wood stick, 2 brushes, a little spoon, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Now I always tip and roll the powders just to make sure they're evenly dispersed in the pot, and I'm going to attempt, now I'm not the best at doing this, but I'm going to attempt a red to white ombre on my pinky now, and that's where the 2 brushes come in. Now this does take a bit of practice, and as I said, I'm not the best, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So I first apply the base to the whole of my nail, and then taking the red first onto the brush and just tipping it over, or tapping it should I say, so it covers the nail like so, twisting your nail so it covers everywhere. And then I don't tap off because obviously I don't want that to fall down onto the wet base on the tip. And as you see, I'm not doing that over the pot because I don't want to cross-contaminate the pots with each different colour powder. But with the other brush, I'm just tapping the white over. Then I will dip off. As you can see, I haven't got perfect coverage there, but that's not to worry because we're going to do this a few more times. So then I just gently dust off any excess polish. Paint the base all over my nail again, and I apologise for being out of camera view here. Wipe the brush before I put it back into the bottle, and then this time I'm going to start with the white first. And as I said, it does take some getting used to actually tapping the polish at the powder over the nail. As you can see, we had a bit of a splodge of the white there, and you can tap the excess off of that one because that is on the tip. And then go ahead and do the red again, and this is basically all it is, just to get a nice coverage of both colours over the nail. As you can see, that's not too bad, but we have a bit of a white splodge there. And then just basically do that again. So I'm going to do a final layer of base coat. Again, no spatial awareness, and I'm totally out of camera view. And back to the original, red first and then the white. As I say, picking up the powder with the brush, tapping it over the nail, twisting so you get all of the nail covered. It does go on nice and smoothly and evenly this way. And as I say, it does take some getting used to, but it's a good effect once you can get the technique down. So just tap that where you want it. And there we go. And now I'm just going to seal that with the activator. As you can see, once the activator hits that, you can see that ombre a bit better. So that's that now done. So now I'm going to fetch in my little pot, and I'm going to tip a little bit of the white in, and with the spoon I'm going to put some red across the middle, like so. And then I'm just going to add a tiny bit of white across the middle of the red. And then with the orange wood stick, gently swirl the powders around to create like a marble effect. Now I'm going to move that to one side for the moment because I want to do a full coverage of the white first as a base on my ring finger. So apply the base all over. going to dip in, and as you can see, that is a nice coverage. That's a nice opaque white. Now I'm just going to put the lids on these and move these out the way for the moment. Fetch back in my marbled powder, dust off the excess, paint the whole now with the base coat again. Wipe the brush before I put it back into the bottle, and then bend your finger over, or turn your finger over should I say, and just push it down into the marbled powder. Now it's a bit bright on camera than it is in person, but that has come out good. Now if it comes out perfect first time, you can leave it, but I'm not entirely happy with that, so I'm going to push the powder back into the middle again. Add a tiny bit more red. Give it another mix round and give that another dunk in with my finger to get a more marbled effect over the nail. So dust off any excess, apply the base in a thin layer all over the nail, and then just push it back into that powder. And again, I mean, in person that looks perfect, but it's a bit hard to see, but you'll notice with my photo at the end. And I'm just going to activate that. So that is that one done. Okay. Now, before I move on to my middle finger, on this one, I'm just going to do a full solid red. So just apply the base in a nice thin coat, dunk in, and as you can see again, perfectly opaque powder. They're very high quality pots of powder from EC Cosmetics. Okay, a new bit of tissue here. I've wiped off the excess. Again, another thin layer of the base. Wipe the brush. I do notice with the glitters and the more opaque colours, it does seem to taint the brush. But as you can see, if you wipe it before you put it back in, you'll be okay. But if you want to get 2 lots of the top base and activator for this purpose, then that's fine. So we'll activate that to get that one done. And now we'll move on to the middle finger. And I'm going to do a silver and red, sort of like dip and make a diagonal of each of the colours. It's a bit hard to explain, but you'll see now in person what I'm going to do. And yes, I'm covered in powder, and so just lay my nail at an angle and just dip it in just to get the tip at an angle. Tip off the excess, or tap off the excess, then just a bit into the red to make another line, and then back into the silver, and that's what we've created. These 3 colours work so well together, so we're just going to do that one more time. And the thinner you apply your base, the thinner the coverage of the powder will be. And again, just line up where you did before. It's just such a neat way to get a different look with dipping powders. And just activate that. I'm going to put actually before we activate that, we'll give that a chance to settle in. We're just going to do a complete full silver dunk on my thumb, because this is just one stunning, just look at that. I wasn't aware it was holographic when I first asked to review it. I just thought it was silver. So we'll just activate that one now, and then we'll go back and dunk the thumb one more time. As you can see, it's so easy to use these dipping powders. You can mix them up how I have here and make many different looks, but that is just amazing. I'm in love with this pot of dipping powder. Now, because this video has gone a bit long, and I knew it would for showing all the different ways I'm using this powder for this particular look, I will file off camera and then I will come back and show you how to finish these off. But there we go. Okay, that didn't take long to file because they were all nice and smooth anyway. Just buffed them up to make them even smoother. And now to finish these off, I'm going to apply a thin layer of the activator again. And what this does, this layer of activator helps to dry the first layer of the top coat super quick, really. So just paint that all over. You can see now the more marble effect. Now we've filed that and buffed it. You can see how both the red and the silver, oh actually all three, are super pigmented. As I say, I will do another video of all three colours, showing you how they look. But I was excited to use all of them to show you how you can create a different style dip powder mani, and I'm having trouble getting the lid on this one while I'm waiting for that activator to dry, because you don't want to paint your nails straight away. But yeah, as I say, three gorgeous colours from EC Cosmetics. Such a stunning way to use them to get a different look instead of just a full solid dip powder look. And now that's dried, I'm just going to do a quick swipe with the top coat. Remember to wipe on tissue before to clean the brush, because any activator that's left on the nail, if the bottle goes into the brush, it will totally harden the top, and you really don't want that to happen. That's happened to me with quite a few dip powders before, and you can see once I add the top to that, that gorgeous sparkle comes out. Just going to wait a bit for this to dry. It doesn't actually take too long, and then you can apply the second layer of the top to totally finish it. Such a super way to create an alternative mani. A complete high gloss gel-like finish. Very high quality, and I would recommend this complete set of the liquids and the dip powders from EC Cosmetics. And that's it. I'd say a few more minutes and this second layer of top coat would be dry, but you can see that high gloss gel-like finish. Absolutely stunning dipping powders, and I'll link everything as always below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.